You guys, this is my Strand tie-in build for the Berserker subclass for Lightfall. And yeah, if you guys enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe. But here we go. So I'm going to be dividing these sections up into different individual things. So I'm going to be going over weapons first, then the subclass, and then stats as you can see here, and then the exotic and then the mods. So yeah. So first we'll start off with weapons. So what I recommend for my build at least is Izanagi's Funnel Web and the Circular Logic from New Minas, the Strand or machine gun. The role I like on this is Envious Assassin and Demolitionist. The only reason I like this a lot is because when you are low on ammo and you start like picking up heavy, instead of just reloading it, you can always just swap to your Funnel Web and then they can reload it over time. So you have that option if you want it. And then also Demolitionist, so when you get ammo, you get grenade energy back, which we'll go into very soon. And then when you throw it, reloads the weapon, because this weapon has very low reload. Even though it says 50, it just feels really slow and sluggish. So Demolitionist was just great for that. But you really can use whatever weapons you want. You could do like Wither Horde, you could use the new Iron Banner one, you could use the Leviathan's Breath, you could literally use anything. Even like Corrective Measure. Anything works with this build, honestly. So yeah, going into the abilities. So basically what we're doing here is we're trying to get Woven Mail as much as possible. And also just getting your abilities as fast as possible also. But yeah, for the grenade, we're going to be using the Chakra Grenade. This is just another way of suspending targets along with the Barricade with the Exotic or Ambient Leap. What this does real quick is when you spawn the Drinker's Lash, which is one of our aspects. So basically when you activate your class ability, it sends a lash, or ripple in reality they call it. And what it does is suspends targets in its way. And what this does is it makes three lashes come out of the barricade. And then it suspends any targets. And also it gives you Woven Mail from any suspension. So it also works with the grenades. So you basically have already two ways of gaining Woven Mail. And then we'll go into the third way in just a second. So into the fray, what this does is when you destroy a tangle, it will do like 3 pulses from it, and whatever is around you or around it, you will get Woven Mail. So if you have allies around it, you can just throw out your feet, and you get Woven Mail, and your allies will also get Woven Mail. And then when you have it on, you get increased melee regeneration rate, and it's a lot. It's a huge percentage, and yeah, so that's just going to help a lot with getting with our mods and all that. Okay, so going over to the fragments, we have Thread of Mind. This is just for when you suspend a target, which we're going to be doing a lot. You'll get your class ability energy when you defeat it. Going on to the next one, Thread of Rebirth. You can really do whatever you want with this, but I just like this a lot because I came from Warlock. That was my first Strand build that I made, and I just love the Threadlings, especially with the Swarmers. So I think it feels great with it on. But you could probably do when the season's over, because right now it's season, you have allied unraveling. So when you get rapid final blows, you get unraveling rounds. So you could probably, when the season's over, you could probably replace this with Thread of Propagation, or you can do Continuity, or you could do Thread of Wisdom, or even Fury. You can do whatever those 4, I would say. This is really interchangeable. This is Thread of Generation. So dealing damage generates grenade energy. So this is like a super almost. It's like acted like a super. So let's say like you have Osteostriga, for example. This is what I've been using my Warlock. So when you shoot the Osteostriga and it makes that poison, it's basically going to regen your grenade faster because it's doing constant damage. So it's basically like your super now. And we've got the Thread of Warding. So this is the third way of gaining Woven Mail by collecting Orb of Power. So now we have 3 ways of gaining Woven Mail, and so basically that just means you're gonna have it literally 24/7. And you're gonna have a lot of Strand melees, and you're gonna have a 60% damage reduction from all this. And this is gonna help, especially because I have 100 resil, so that's already 30%. So yeah, that's a lot of damage reduction in general, and yeah, I think it's really helpful, especially for endgame. We'll go into the stats. You probably don't need 100 resilience. I just have it because you get your barricade a lot faster, but that's really the main reason. You could like a good tier to have it at is like 80, so you can have like 100 discipline. But yeah, I have 100 because my armor is able to do that. But if you're not able to do that, I'd probably do like maybe 80 to 90 resil if possible, just to get that barricade up also at the same time. But you also have this to help it. So yeah. And then I would probably do 100 discipline. You could probably put a lot into strength because in our mods, which we're going to very soon, your melee, you'll have 3 of them. It'll sever the targets, but you'll get an orb from if you get a kill. So you could probably bump that up a little bit more. I just have mine at 50 because, yeah, for woven mail, when you have that on, it regens a lot faster. So I don't have to worry about it that much, but then I just have 50 recovery. Intellect and mobility just don't matter to me, honestly. Alright, so going into the mods. So basically what I wanted to do for this is just get some damage for the strong weapons and kinetic. You can also change that out and make sure when you're switching out weapons to change the surges to what you need. But yeah, I'm using Izanagi's and Strand machine gun, so that's what I have on. So for the helmet, I have the Void and Strand dual siphon. This is just for, so if I'm using funnel web, I also get orbs, and if I'm using the Strand or machine gun, I also get orbs. So it's just a good thing to have. And then I have hands on because the melee actually does a decent amount of damage, especially because you have 3 of them. So you're gonna get a kill probably once at least, and just get more super energy. Why not? And then I got bolstering detonation. This is when you damage a target with a grenade, you get class ability. This just feeds into your class ability. That's another reason for don't need 100. Momentum transfer. Damaging with a grenade reduces your melee cooldown. This just helps out the melee regeneration a little bit. I got heavy-handed. So when you get a kill, like I said before, with the melee, you get an orb that spawns right on you, and then you get the armor charges. Going to the chest plate, you got concussive dampener, void resistance, and void reserves. You could probably switch one of these things out for charged up. Like you probably could switch out these 2 for charged up. I don't think it's really that needed, especially for my build. Like I probably could, but I think it's okay. I got insulation for the boots. This is just to help out the class ability even more because I want to get that as much as possible. You probably so if you're doing a high level content, you can probably switch this to recuperation, but you have so much woven mail and just like a lot of damage resistance that I don't really think you really need it that much, but you probably could. But yeah, you could also do innovation, you could do invigoration, you could do anything really, but I just have the installation. I have kinetic weapon surge and Strand weapon surge for 10% for both. And for the class ability, I have bomber just to help out grenade when I pop it. My class ability, I got reaper, so when I get a kill after popping my class ability, I get an orb to help my armor charges, and I just got time dilation to help with the surges to make them last longer. But yeah, I'll go into my artifact one last time for you guys. I got shattered orbs. This is just for another thing I was doing. Breaks from Beyond's really good for, especially with funnel web. The 3 fragments I'd really recommend though for this build is actually I'd probably recommend the multi-siphon because this is really good in my opinion. But you want the Entangler, Unraveling, and the Threaded Blast. These 3 are just insane for PvE. Make sure you're using a Strand weapon when you destroy the tangles. But yeah, these 3 in my opinion are probably the best. And Volatile Flow, I'll say that. But yeah, that's basically it. Also got one more step to this build, got the gameplay loop. So basically what you want to do for the loop is you want to either throw your grenade or pop your class ability to suspend targets. You get woven mail. After you do that, you kill whatever is there. You'll get your class ability a lot faster because if you did pop your class ability, because you have the thread of mind to help you with it. And then once you're doing that, you pick up the orbs to get woven mail, and you just have basically infinite woven mail. And you can do any version of that. You could either throw your grenade first, you could pop your class ability first, you could do, yeah, you can literally do whatever you want really. Usually what I do, I think, is I just pop my class ability first just because I know I'm going to get it back really fast with the Thread of Mind fragment. And then woven mail helps also. And then if it's like a champion I'm dealing with, for example, and it's like a barrier or something I can't stun it, but I can like disorient it basically, so it's suspended. If it gets back onto the ground, I can just throw my grenade as a backup resource, and I'll also get woven mail from that, and I can just keep them suspended so we can kill them. But yeah, that's basically the gameplay loop. And then whenever you see a tangle, you just shoot it with your Strand weapon, or you just throw it and make sure you're next to it because there's like a 3 pulse from it that makes woven mail or gives woven mail to the allies around you and yourself. So I think it's really powerful, and yeah, I would use that as much as possible. But yeah, that's basically it. And enjoy the rest of the gameplay.